because I'm a king.
Hey Butch, I'm gonna yell at you because it's a long way. Can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up because we hear you.
All the leadership from the strike group, as well as the most important people, a bunch of sailors and Marines represented in the room. So I've already taken more time than I should, but thanks for doing this. It means a lot to the folks here and your team that's here visiting for today and tomorrow, just like we did on Truman in 2009 timeframe, right before you went up in the shuttle. That was a really special time. So I know this will be the same for the sailors and Marines in the strike, but writ large. So with that, I'm done. I'm going to turn over to the XO, let him run this show.
Great to hear jet noise. I can hear it. And a catapult launch. Sweet.
I had questions about, I learned a couple months back that you guys are actually able to grow your own produce and things like that up there in the below
outside, and we got to go outside with Parent Weissman back in October, and it was a fascinating opportunity. You know, I've told him a couple of times how much you're training to think become an astronaut.
With companies like SpaceX coming up maturity, how do you perceive the International Space Station integrates with those entities as far as exploration?
If I did not work my muscles and my bones, my body would say, oh, you're not using that muscle. You don't need that muscle.
Everett from the USS Theodore Roosevelt. I know you have to go through lots of training to become an astronaut, but how long does it take for schooling from start to finish?
I'm going in the right direction so we can use them as we transfer ourselves from place to place within the solar system. That's where we're at right now. Terraforming, not quite there yet, but these are you're down there, you're fighting gravity. You don't notice it because you've always been fighting gravity.
And we appreciate it as well. We wish you the very best of luck, and we're going to go ahead and sign off here. Beat Army. Alright. I can't believe that worked. Fantastic. Awesome. Cool stuff. Thanks for setting that up, allowing us to do that. That's awesome. You know, maybe, I don't know, for some of the younger guys and gals here, you know, not to date myself, but I watched Star Trek, the original one, when it wasn't a rerun for the years here, what we're doing. The concept of seeing, you know, Butch up there, what he's doing right now is just truly unbelievable. If you think about the only thing that gets sad about it, is I'm about the same age as he is, and I think about what it's going to be like 50 years from now, you know, what the possibilities are. We were talking about growing the plants, the electromagnetic experiment, all the different things they're doing up there, the amazing stuff that they're studying, learning, and creating, and where that's going to go. You know, look at this thing sitting here, and you know, the advancements that we've made just in my own lifetime. You know, Captain Kirk flipping open his little communicator there, and where we've come to, what we're doing now, and where we're going to be in another 50 years from now.
Nice. And then we got to solve the radiation problem, but they kind of solve that. Because when you're in deep space, you don't have the electromagnetics, you know, the magnetosphere around you like we have up there. Around the Earth, you need a lot more radiation. And then it's just time and reliability of your system. So we take cod hits a couple times a day out here when we're over in the Middle East, but there's no cod hit if you're heading to Mars. And so the reason we got to go 500 days is because the Earth and Mars, as they're going around the sun at different rates, they're only lined up once, and then they're lined up again about 500 days later. And so there is no abort scenario. So when we start heading to Mars, we gotta have our environmental control system in perfect shape. We gotta have our food system in perfect shape. And so that's what we're doing for the space station. It's just protecting that sort of stuff. And right now, NASA, just a couple weeks ago, really in mid-November, they launched, I don't know no, in mid-December, they launched this thing called Orion on top of a big rocket. It was purely a test flight, but that's the capsule that will be able to withstand the forces of re-entry from a Mars trip back to here. And then we're also, the Europeans are building a service module for that, and we're building a habitation module for that. And so we'll launch these three things kind of individually, plug them all together, and head on to Mars. There's even a talk about heading to Venus, looping around Venus to get yourself to Mars, which would be pretty sweet to take a quick Venus pass on your way out to Mars. And then we'd spend about a year on the planet of Mars and a couple rovers, and then jump in a vehicle, get off.
Carry on. Have a great day.
Thanks, sir.